Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn Science with me. In our last lecture, we have learned penicillin and the mechanism of action of penicillin in detail. Penicillin is a widely used antibiotic with less side effects and it is a beta-lactam group of antibiotic. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the classification of penicillin in a very easy way. And I hope after this lecture it will be easy for you to understand or memorize the drug names and the classification of penicillin easily. So the penicillin can be classified into two types: narrow spectrum penicillins and the broad spectrum penicillins. This narrow spectrum penicillin is further divided into natural penicillins and very narrow spectrum penicillins. So in narrow spectrum penicillin, we have natural penicillins and very narrow spectrum penicillins. And in natural penicillins, we have penicillin V, while in very narrow spectrum penicillins, there is anti-staphylococcal penicillins. The broad spectrum penicillins is further divided into extended spectrum and the anti-pseudomonal penicillins. Among gram-positive infection, streptococcus infection can be treated and enterococcus infection can be treated through these natural penicillins. So these penicillins are more effective against gram-positive infections, the infection which are caused by the gram-positive. In gram-positive infections are enterococcus infection and streptococcus infection. So these are the infections which can be easily treated through these natural penicillin, penicillin V and penicillin G. And these infections are caused by the gram-positive bacteria and they are called gram-positive infections. And the infections which are caused by the gram-negative bacteria Neisseria meningitidis. This infection can easily be treated through these natural penicillins. But at the same time, they show some limitations against few of the infections, like in gram-positive bacteria. In gram-positive bacteria, these natural penicillins are ineffective against staphylococcus infections. And in gram-negative bacteria, they are infective against H. influenza, Pseudomonas aeruginosa, and E. coli. So these natural penicillins are ineffective against the positive infections, against the infection which are caused by the gram-positive bacteria like staphylococcus infection and the infection which are caused by the gram-negative bacteria. They are ineffective against Pseudomonas aeruginosa and E. coli. So let's go to the next generation of penicillin which are effective against Staphylococcus infections. As I told you, natural penicillins cannot work for this in Staphylococcus infection. So we have to go through some penicillins which are effective against the Staphylococcus infection. So the penicillins which are effective against Staphylococcus aureus are called anti-staphylococcal penicillins. These penicillins are effective against Staphylococcus aureus, the bacteria and the drugs and the penicillins which are under the category of Staphylococcus penicillins are, the drugs are methicillin, oxacillin, cloxacillin, dicloxacillin. So they are particularly used against this organism, against this bacteria. But nowadays we again found resistance trace of this organism. We observe MRSA, methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus, which is resistance against methicillin and the related drugs. Staphylococcus aureus bacteria. So again we have extended spectrum antibiotic. This extended spectrum antibiotic have antibacterial spectrum similar to that of penicillin G, means natural penicillins, but here we called it extended spectrum because they are more effective against most of the gram-negative bacteria. So we called it extended spectrum. They are similar to that of penicillin G, but they are more effective. As we have discussed, natural penicillins are more effective against gram-negative, gram-positive bacteria. They are not so much effective against gram-negative bacteria. So the mechanism of action or the antibacterial spectrum of this extended spectrum antibiotic is similar to that of natural penicillins, but they are more effective against the gram-negative bacteria. The drugs are ampicillin and amoxicillin. This ampicillin and amoxicillin are widely used in the treatment of respiratory infections. Again, the extended spectrum antibiotic is ineffective against Pseudomonas aeruginosa. So again we have to go through some more potent antibiotic which have to be effective for this organism Pseudomonas aeruginosa, for this particular bacteria. So again we have anti-pseudomonal penicillin. This particular group of antibiotic are more effective for this Pseudomonas aeruginosa bacteria. This particular group of penicillins are also more effective against a large number of gram-negative bacteria. And among all these drugs, the piperacillin is more potent. So this is all about the classification of penicillin. I hope you understand this lecture. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, like this video, share it with your friends. Thank you.